So you've just arrived at Venice Airport and now you're trying to work out how to get from the airport to Venice itself. In this video I'm going to show you some of the most popular ways to get to Venice and how long they take, how much they cost. I will add links to all of the options that we look at during this video in the description below. Another thing we'll look at towards the end of the video is the key information in terms of the timetables for the various options. People arriving at the airport late or have an early departure. It is really important that you know when does the first water bus, for example, leave, when does the last one arrive, etc. The site we use to do our research to find our travel options is actually the main Venice Airport website. From here, if you click on transport, it brings up all of the various transport options available. The option I'm going to select is water bus, which is the actual option that we took. You'll find some information in terms of where you can buy tickets, where you can catch the water bus, and also the name of the company. You can see a hyperlink here. The company for the water bus is called Alilaguna. Their boats are quite distinctive, yellow and white with this Alilaguna logo along the side. You'll see lots of them around Venice. Back to the website, and here you'll find key information such as ticket prices, timetables, the different lines as well, because there's different lines. There's blue line, red line, and it's really easy to work out which line you need depending on your destination in Venice. And obviously online through the website is one option for purchasing tickets. So here you can see the fares. The water bus is one of the cheaper options. And like I said, there's different lines, but they're different routes, but it's really straightforward. So here for the main one, which is Airport Lido/Venice, €15 single or €27 return. You'll also see information such as each passenger is allowed one main suitcase and one carry-on size suitcase as well. Any additional bags you may have are charged at €3 per bag. There's also other information such as under fives travel for free if they're accompanied by an adult, and various other sort of offers. Another option for buying water bus tickets is beside baggage carousel 3 and 5. Here you will see a machine where you can buy your tickets. Really quick and straightforward. It's something you can do while you're waiting for your bags to arrive in the carousel. We paid by card. I honestly can't remember if there was a cash option as well. It is important if you buy return tickets that you hold on to your return because you will need that when you board the boat to head back to the airport. Another travel option you have is to take a taxi. So again, going back to the transport link, this time just clicking taxi, and again it will open another site. So taxi from Venice Airport to Venice. Again, really straightforward. You just click the hyperlink. This takes you to the company, and then you just follow the sort of booking process here. Obviously, as everyone knows, cars are banned in Venice, so the taxi will only take you to beside the bus station, which is about 5 minutes walk from the train station, and it's right next to a Vaporetto, which is the sort of the water taxis that travel around Venice as well. So it's really straightforward to get a taxi and then jump on the Vaporetto to get to your actual hotel. So you can see for this journey I'm selecting the start point as Venice Airport, and the destination is Piazza Roma, which is effectively the bus station in Venice. And the cost for this is, as you can see, €40. So €40 compared to 27 return for the water bus. However, obviously the taxi will be far quicker, depending where you're getting off in the water bus, if you're the last stop or first stop. Downside, obviously you then have to get, after your taxi, then you have to jump on the Vaporetto and take that to your hotel, unless your hotel is very close to where the taxi drops you off. So, different options have different pros and cons. The taxi journey that I've just prepared a quote for there is about 14 kilometres and takes roughly 25 minutes. Back to the Venice Airport website. This time in transport we're going to select private taxi. So this is effectively a private boat compared to the public water bus boat. This time, instead of the water bus, when you click on the private boat option, it will bring up a few different private boat companies. So I'll just select one here. I'll just select the top one and let's get a quote for a private taxi boat from the airport back to the centre of Venice. So I'll speed the process up a bit here, but again, just like the water bus, really straightforward in terms of where you want to start, where you want to finish, the date, and then it'll give you a price. So for this one, I picked a date actually next summer, and you can see for 4 passengers, it's €140 to go to Lido, Santa Maria. And if you change to another hotel, it alters the price. To go to the Piazza Roma, which was for the taxi quote, it's €140. So it seems to range between €140 to €160. So to get to the same destination as a taxi, the private boat taxi is €140 versus €40. However, one of them is a bit more stylish than the other, so it depends. If you have the budget, then yes, it is a nice way to travel to Venice from the airport in a private boat taxi. Travel time is roughly the same as the road taxi. However, obviously the water taxi can get you a lot closer to your hotel instead of having to jump on a Vaporetto from the bus station, for example. Just a quick reminder, this is the water bus from the airport. This is the Vaporetto that you'll be using in Venice, and this is the private water taxi from the airport, an example of one. So yes, in terms of style, there is quite a difference. Back to the Venice Airport website, and the next option we'll look at is taking a bus. So you can take a bus from the airport to the bus station in Venice, or you could actually take the bus to the train station in Mestre, and you could take a train from Mestre into Venice if you wanted. However, it makes sense if you're going to take the bus just to take the express bus from the airport to Venice. Of course, many people do opt to stay in Mestre when they're visiting Venice, so if this is you, then taking a bus to Mestre might be the best option for you. So the opening page also gives you information on where you can purchase tickets. And one of these options is again back in the baggage carousel area. So next to the ticket machine for the Alilaguna water bus, you can see just on the right hand side there, there's actually a bus ticket machine as well. I'm going to select the option for the express service from the airport to Venice, and I'm going to go through the ticket purchase process. So here you can see the price for a return trip on the express service between the airport and Venice is €18. If you book a single, it's €10. This express bus service will take you to the same destination as a taxi, Piazza Roma, which is the bus station, the square where the bus station is. Journey time for the bus, very similar to the taxi, 25 to 30 minutes, and it is an express service, so it doesn't stop between the airport and Venice. So those are the 4 sort of main options for getting from Venice Airport to Venice itself. 2 by road and 2 by water. The road options is similar to any airport. When you exit the airport or you follow the signs for taxis or buses. What's a little bit different about Venice Airport is they have a dockyard attached to the airport where you take the waterborne services. To get to the dockyard area, really straightforward. Once you're through, collect all your baggage, customs, etc., just follow the signs for water transport, and after a couple of minutes walk, you'll come across this really big sign, and you can see here in blue, water transport, and just head through this area here. To get from this point to the dockyard, there's a sign that says it takes about 12 minutes. But as you'll see in a minute, there are multiple moving walkways. So if you take a moving walkways, I think we did it, we took the moving walkways and we were there in about 5 or 6 minutes. So depending if you take the walkways or not, you're looking at maximum 12 minutes or minimum sort of 5 or 6. I've been to some very large airports, and I must admit, for the size of this airport, I think I counted 6 of these 6 sections of this moving walkway. So, it just seemed to be never ending. So I'll just speed this a little bit up. After you exit the last moving walkway, again, just follow the signs for water transport, and you'll reach this escalator, which is then going to take you down to the dockyard area. So this is the dock area that you'll take your private taxi or your Alilaguna water bus from. Here you can see some of the private water taxis. In this dockyard area, you'll find toilets, there's sort of vending machines, there's also an ATM if you need to withdraw some euros. You'll also be able to buy tickets for the Alilaguna, for example. There's also a booking office for the private water taxis. And if you keep going a little bit further, you'll come to the berths for the Alilaguna water bus. This was the option we chose to get to Venice. I haven't recorded it, but what I will say, there was staff on hand from Alilaguna were guiding people in terms of making sure you're in the right queue for the red line or the blue line, making sure they had the right tickets, were giving advice on where to get off and exactly, giving you some key information. Really helpful, a really straightforward process. The boat seemed to arrive every sort of 10 minutes or so, and there was loads of space on the boats, so there's no issues. I would say from arriving in the dockyard, within 15 minutes we were onto a boat and underway, heading to get our first glimpse of the wonderful Venice. You can see there. We were the second stop from the airport, and it took us about 40 minutes to get from A to B. So 40 minutes actually on the water. And these are effectively the bus stops of Venice. So these are used all over Venice for the Vaporetto and also the airport bus service as well. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, one of the key pieces of information is to know, in terms of if you've got an early or late flight, is to know the sort of earliest and latest times for services, such as here we have the Alilaguna water bus. So you'll see here the earliest water bus that leaves the airport is 0520. So if, for example, you have an early departure, using the Alilaguna water bus, the earliest you'll get to the airport is 0509, so 10 past 5 in the morning. Obviously, when you need to catch the bus depends on your stop. And the last water bus runs and gets to the airport at 2309, so 9 minutes past 11 p.m. And the last water bus leaving the airport is at 20 past midnight. Bear in mind, this is a timetable from November, so the summer timetables may be adjusted. For the road bus option, leaving from Venice to go to the airport, the first bus is at 4:20 a.m. The last bus leaves Venice at 00:40. And then coming from the airport back to Venice, the first bus leaves the airport at 6 a.m. and the last bus leaves the airport at 1:10 in the morning. The private water taxis, many of these companies operate 24/7. However, bear in mind it is quite common to add a surcharge for journeys between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. The surcharge is normally around €15. I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found the information useful. If you have, please consider hitting a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading many more travel related videos and certainly on Venice. So by subscribing, you'll make sure you won't miss out on those, and it really would be appreciated. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.